Let's do this commission. I think it's gonna work out. I want to be 90% done. I just finished up a painting session, like 2 hours. I want to be 90% done by next Friday in a week. Right now I would say I'm 25% done, but maybe even a little further than that, even though the painting's not done, because the concepts are there and it's worked out and I'm feeling good. So it's a very far along 25% there. So I said 90%. I want to be 80% done by next Friday. That was my goal. I was talking to my artist friend Erica, and she also has a commission that she's doing, and she was saying 90%. And so we got together yesterday for coffee. So we were chit-chatting about that. Anyhow, yeah, 80% done by next Friday. And these are all panels, which normally I will tack. I use tacks a lot to tack canvases up on the wall and just hang them. But with panels, because with canvases, it's like, seems a little more grippy with the stretcher bars, but with the flat cradle on the back of the panels, I tested it and it doesn't feel so comfortable. Well, good morning there, handsome boy. Morning, Biscuit. So I have these like folding tables here. I have one under that work over there. I can clear that off and just kind of make a wall, a bank of them here, because I do need to make the work cohesive. They're hanging all together in close proximity and then certain groupings. So I'm not to that point yet. Right now, I'm just kind of in the free painting stage and working out colors, values, composition, all of that stuff. Anyhow, let's move on. I do need a couple colors and a couple brushes. Since I'm working a bit with the flash paint, and I like the synthetic flat brushes. They kind of hold a good paint and you can get a good smooth coverage on there. And I like these Blick Master Stroke bristle ones, but they cut into the paint a little too much for some of how I'm painting this project. So I want some of the synthetic ones. I like the Blick Scholastic Wonder Whites. These are good, like in a 12, like flat, or the bright. Yeah, I think I have a lot of bright and I want some flat, so they're the longer square ones. So I'm gonna order some of those and some more heavy body paint. I got on here just to buy like a certain color of paint, and I should know that I should never do this during active studio time. I should wait until like later on, I'm on the couch or something. But I just spent like 45 minutes filling my cart with supplies and then basically being like, I'm not gonna spend that much money, and letting it sit. And then later on, I'll probably go and empty the cart and just buy the few things that I needed to get over like the shipping. But it's such a cycle, and I really hate that I do this. Okay, chickens. This is just the underpainting. Starting off quite brighter, some darker and brighter, and then overlaying it with some different opacities. I'm just gonna make some more moves on these for the day. I took a break, just like to get some more just kind of decisions made, move these along. I don't know that I should be using tape necessarily. I'll be finishing them off. I don't know, just keeps me moving along, keeps ticking along. These off. Okay. That actually works. I wasn't looking for a perfect, it's just some, it's like a rough guide, except it's the opposite of rough. It's more like a more finished looking line, except I'll keep painting into it, overlapping it a bit and stuff, so it'll kind of ease it up. I'll show you where I'm at right now. I have 10 of them going with the color blocking going. This is like, this yellow is the underpainting or the toned panel. So I'm going to sketch out those 2 panels this morning. Mix up some more color, do some detail work. I just want to focus and get these really, really well on their way. I'd like to have it done by Tuesday. It's Friday right now, and I'm not gonna really work much over the weekend, so I don't know if I'm setting myself up for like failure or just pushing through and making quicker and better decisions and just moving the project, like getting it done. It's not a hard deadline, so that it's my own imposed, so that I can have time to get things photographed properly before I deliver them to the framers. And I want to have the option to get things properly photographed. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, because with 12 paintings that would be really pricey. Like, I want to say like $600. I don't want to do that, but then I want to capture my work, so it's always like, ooh. So that's a decision I'll make. I might just pick like half of them to get photographed. I might try to scan them. They're 18 by 18, and I don't know if you can see them behind me there. They're 18 by 18, and if I scan them, my flatbed scanner bed is like 9 by 12. So in theory, I could scan them in 4 pieces and then stitch them together in Photoshop. Doable, kind of a pain in the butt, but I don't know. Come along, let's finish this. Let's do this commission. Let's finish it in 4 days. Also, I am drinking my 3rd cup of coffee, and I want to get all like the important line work done before if I get shaky from too much caffeine. So professional.
There's a couple elements to a couple like pieces that high.
No, he just wasn't seeing it. I need to get more sizes of these brushes. These are like, they're inexpensive. They're the Creative Mark. I hate when this happens. I've totally worn off all the kind of the title of it. So I like how, like, if I have some paint underneath, or I always do. So like having the bristles where they kind of cut back in, they can show that layer underneath. I like. So I can just paint a little looser, a little more free, which a lot of times is just working faster. Just doing faster brush work, maybe holding my brush a little further up the handle and not getting too precious. But I'll tell you what, after I really start to focus in on those details, and then I can tell when my back starts hurting, because I'll be like leaning over, and then that's like, nope, I gotta get a good posture going with like a loose brush posture. So I'll just mark out my, there we go. Let me do that too. It's like paint my numbers in at that point, which is nice for some of it. It more like keeps me, so I don't have, I know for a fact then that paint goes in there, and then I don't have to keep double checking. I can just paint until those are filled. These sleeves, I do not want to drag them. My back. I need a better way of working. Like, I don't know if working on an angle, like a drafting table, would be better for this sort of work. Like the smaller canvases, working on flat on a table just is not great. So I need to figure that out. I think it's because of the detail work, because I'm doing like a lot of, even if it's loose line work, it's it's hard on the body. Sometimes there's just no way around that, and that's fine. But it's hurting my bones. Let's give it a Okay, I'm gonna put the ones that are further along. Hold on, I've got an audiobook playing in my ear. So right now I'm gonna get some of the works up on the wall because I want just to be able to see where I'm at and make sure that like kind of this perspective and shapes are there. Because I have 2 panels that are really like in the first 5% of getting done. So I'd like to, I need to bring those further along, and I need to make sure that they are cohesive with the rest of the pieces. I don't know if this is this is not a good thing. I don't have an extra panel. I really did want to make more than the actual 12. I had ordered 13 panels, but one of them was wobbly, so we're going with the 12. And then like if anything happened or I really did need to get some more panels, I could buy a few more and then just kind of expedite them because I would already have a plan for them. I'm always paranoid like if something like dropped and a corner got like smushed or something like that. So anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna get these up on the wall. I want to get these, and they're going to be hanging in 2 groups of 6, and I need to decide the groups of 6, and then also a rough placement of within that group, so I can get the composition of the 6, like just taking into account the colors, getting those dialed in. I can do that kind of taking a picture and then sketching on my iPad. That's helpful. And I can come through and do a little bit of some color decisions and just mark them. So then when I'm at the table and painting, I could just paint and not think about the placement. So I can have them up on the wall like this, and that's where I kind of do the thinking. I really like this bottom left one. That's some good harmony. That's still on brief. Let me think here. That's still on brief. It's a little outside of. That's probably why I like it. Okay, now that I see them all up here, I thought I was further along, to be honest. So this is really good to see exactly and get some. Okay, another thought. If I have the colors already mixed, then I would be able to work at night. You know, if all the decisions are made and the paint is already mixed. I want to deliver these this week. So I have a few more touch-ups I need to do. I'm gonna be closing that stripe because that looks weird to me. Touching up a few of the lines on the plants, leaves, and then I'm gonna varnish. I cannot wait to take off the blue tape. It makes such a difference. I got a little eager over here on a finished one because look how nice that looks. Got my headphones on so I can listen to something while I work, and you don't have to listen to it. And I'm going to work on these pieces. I'm gonna do the line work first. I made a list here, a cheat sheet of what needs to be done on each painting, so that like when I've had fresh eyes, I just go and I kind of make notes about each one, and this is just how they're up on the wall, so it's just a little grid. Blue coverage, like maybe the coverage is a little distracting where there's a little bit of, or there's just something wonky looking about it. And then I just check mark them off once I've done them. So, just like that. Not fancy. I like to use these two brushes. This one's a little stiffer and this one's softer, kind of depending on the texture involved. So I'm gonna use the softer one for this just to get off any dust. I have tall ceilings and they are beautiful. And with a bigger space like this, just like the amount of dust can be a lot to battle sometimes. I think I'm a little overly precious about hair or like little dust things. Break time. So I just took a little break. Made myself a coffee. I haven't been painting enough in order for me to feel good, because it always has to be a mix of like personal work. The majority of personal work is favorite. I mean, personal work turns into income like in a roundabout way, or just making work that I want to make, and like client work. So, but with both of those things, I haven't been painting enough because I've been more doing like website work, because I tend to like, if I'm working on a project like building a new website, it's kind of like that's all I want to focus on. So I just want to like dig deep into that. It's hard to flip back and forth for me. Even though like I'll do these like mock calendars where I'm painting in the morning and then website in the afternoon, and no, and it never works like that. I'm like, let me do website for like 10 days straight and don't do much of else. And wait, that doesn't make sense. And don't do much of anything else. Good grief. I want to continue working on these. I only have, let's see, this one to work on, a little bit on this one, and then this one up here, and then we will varnish. Okay, I just went through my checklist and I got all of them done. So all the little bits and spots that needed to be just touch-ups, like this little guy here. We are going to varnish.
Am I in a place where I need to focus?
So I realized I just started varnishing these, got in a flow, I forgot to sign them. Oh. Okay, well, we're gonna figure that out. I have one more painting to varnish from this group of 12, and I'm going to be delivering them 2 days from now. So this is the one here. I'm gonna varnish. I had just needed to straighten up. I'm all for some wonky, but this was just distracting, this amount of wonk on this side of the planter. So I straightened it out, and now I'm going to varnish it. Then I'm officially done with varnishing. I decided not to sign these on the front. There were 12 pieces, so I think it would have been really hard for me to make it work where the signatures weren't jumping out at me or anybody, not just me. So typically I'm all for signing on the front, but I think in this case, since it's a commission, it's going like in a commercial space, like a medical building, and they typically do like a placard with your name and information and stuff. I am fine with not signing these. Everything will be on the back. It kind of depends on the piece. So, and these are like 18 by 18 inch panels, so they will be sitting closely with one another, like in groups. Where's my face? They'll be in 2 groups of 6. So I think I made the right decision. Plus I had already varnished them. So I was trying to make the decision on whether or not to sign them on the front or just the back. And then I varnished them and realized I hadn't signed them. So I just kind of made that decision for myself. So that, I think it's going to work out. Or, well, it did work out because I'm just going with it. Let's get this last one varnished. Typically I like to varnish right before I'm leaving for the day, so any fumes and everything I don't have to be sitting in the room with it. But I think with just one piece varnishing, it's not going to be much. I can just put it over there and it'll be fine. I used this Wonder White, the Blick Scholastic Wonder White. It's called One Stroke. They kind of come in a pack. I used it brand new to varnish the other ones. It was a little small, but it worked for this size. It was fast enough. And I hope that they have some big ones, because it really did work the best for varnishing. That said, whenever I wash it, like I can't ever get it great again. I don't want any striping on here. So let's see what I got. See, and these brushes work quite nice. These are just cheapy trim paint brushes from Amazon. I like a synthetic bristle that's soft but has some body to it, and the angled brush actually works nice for doing this, so I'm gonna give this one a go. I have the phone right in front of it the whole time. What a dork. It's my coffee. I just looked at these for like 4 or 5 months with blue tape along the side, so it's so nice to take the tape off and just see the wood. All packed up, got this big box, and then this box over here has 4 more.
Actually, maybe I'll pull it from right there.
We're delivering Erica's pieces as well today to the framer. I'll give it a peek. Let's see. Wait, let's give you a more detailed peek. Look at all that.
I can't reach it.
Oh, sorry. Here. Oh, there you go. And then we're gonna throw the cushy towel on top. Awesome.
Yeah, just say dropping off for installation.
Yep.
Install.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Ladies, thank you very much.